Writer PH Studios.
What made you decide, Alexa, to like go a different route with this music compared to like Love at First Sight?
Because this type of genre, do you call it dance pop, electro dance pop? Not sure, but it's the type I've been really, really into. And because Dua Lipa is my peg in life and in my music, she really inspired me. So I really wanted this kind of feel for as I release my new music. But of course, there are also gonna be more songs in the future and iba-iba din hopefully yung sound na magawa ko for those.
Of course, definitely. And I mean, I don't think I even need to ask the person you'd want to collab with. It would be Dua Lipa, of course, right?
I wish.
And then, of course, hearing like this music, like it really feels like it fits into like a festival vibe or everything. So, like, when all of this is over, where would you love to perform?
Can I shoot for the stars and
Of
say
course.
Coachella?
Of course.
Like who is this? But yes, I would love to. Or sige, Wonderland, something like that. Ay!
Yeah, definitely. Locally, it would be Wonderland, definitely. And then you could shoot for the stars and perform at Coachella. You'd have your own stage.
Ah,
And if you had that, like apart from Dua Lipa, who else would you love to collab with?
oh my gosh, that is a hard question. Every artist on my playlist. Who else? I love Dea, Tovlo, BB Rexa, Charlie XCX, all of those. I love them. I want to collab with all of them. Wow.
So after after this song, Stay Right Here, do you have plans on what you would want to do for your next music?
Of course, I, for the first time, am going to release songs that I wrote. So that is the most nerve-wracking thing I think I'm ever gonna do, because of course when you write songs, they're very personal and it's so hard for me to let them go out to the world and have someone arrange it or interpret my own song. But I'm excited. Yeah, I'm gonna be releasing my own written songs.
Oh yeah, so with what you said in terms of like your own music, what's your usual process in like writing your songs?
um there's no specific process. I think it's different every time, just like what Taylor Swift said before. Sometimes you start with an idea, the melody in your head, or you start with a guitar riff or with the words. I think with me, usually it's the words that come first,
Hmm.
especially because I'm not so good at um, playing musical instruments. So I'm not, hindi ko siya nasasabayan masyado. So I just start with the words. And then whatever comes next, whatever flows.
No, definitely. And I mean, so it's usually lyrics that you have an easier time with when you write your
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah.
And then, so do you usually rely on, let's say, another bandmate to do the riffs or to do the instruments?
No, I try my best. I really try my best to like make a basic
Hmm.
sound for everything. Like I try to play para to back up my vocals, and then that's when I give it to someone else. Na, hey, can you do this properly? Because I just did it very scattered and just that's just like the idea. And can you please fix it? Something like
Oh, of
that.
course, of course. And with all that, like, what's helped you actually with your songwriting? Like, do you read books a lot to help you with your lyrics, or is it you listen to a lot of music to help you with your writing? So, what do you usually do?
Yes, it's usually I get inspired also by other songs, by poems I see, by Tumblr posts I see, Pinterest things. Those usually inspire me too. But yeah, of course, listening to music really helps, even with the whole feel of the song.
Okay, so yeah, with all this writing, when was that first realization that you had that you knew you could write music or you wanted to write music?
Oh my gosh, no, until now, I'm not sure that the things I write are actually okay, but lakasan na lang talaga ng loob para i-release. But other people, they, the people who've heard the songs I've written, they like it naman. So, medyo malakas loob ko. But personally, I'm so shy with the songs that I've written. So, ewan ko kung saan ko na ayun. Ay,
Definitely, because I mean, you need confidence to put out your music first. You'll never know if you're good at music if you if you don't have your confidence first.
no. Usually, especially when I released my first album before, I really said I'm not releasing anything of my own. I have
Mhm.
no confidence. Just make me sing. That's it. That's all I can do.
All right. So Vaughn from One News One News PH actually has a question for you. So Vaughn, feel free to ask now. Or if you'd like me to ask the question
Um,
for you.
Oh,
hi,
hi.
Oh,
hi
there you go.
Hi.
Alexa. Hello,
Hi,
nice to see you
Vaughn.
again virtually. So,
Oo nga eh.
oo,
Parang
'di
kakakita.
ba? Oh, Alexa, parang ano, you've been wearing so many hats, no? I mean, you're an actress, and then you're doing good din in school, and you're a recording artist. So, how do you balance everything?
It's really time management and setting priorities. So, like with school, there are times that I have to beg off from guestings, especially if it's, let's say, my midterms or my finals, especially because it's my last sem of my last year. So, I really want to finish already. Gusto ko makasabay sana sa mga classmates ko. So, there are times when I tell my handler, alam ni Kuya Mo yan na hindi po kaya kasi I have thesis defense tomorrow and those things. So, it's really just setting priorities, especially after being locked in for taping and I couldn't do anything else that time. Ngayon, focus na ako with school and with doing promo because like kakakita lang natin for Init sa Magdamag press con. So, I'm focusing on that too as well. And of course, my music. So it's not easy. It's sometimes drives me crazy, but it's very fulfilling and I love the feeling after na nagawa ko lahat ng kailangan kong gawin and wholeheartedly ko silang ginagawa.
O ito, ano naman yung hugot o sino yung hugot mo dito sa bago mong single na Stay Right Here?
Would Stay Right Here, it's a vulnerable track na like you are asking for companionship, especially now in this new normal, 'di ba? Although we have to stay right here at home, minsan we crave the companionship of someone else, the people we miss, our family, our friends. So, yun, wala naman specific person behind this track, but with the message, I just wanted it to be a feel-good song then.
Mm. Naku Alexa, isa rin sa hinahangaan sa'yo noon, how you answer some bashers, lalo na yung recent na nabash ka about, getting a nose job. So how, di ba? So how do you feel answering those kind of questions, those kind of ano, about getting into pagpaparitoke?
Actually, it's funny. I did not expect people to pick that story up. I not at all. Kasi natawa lang ako because I posted, what did I post? I think it was like, I was posting for a small business about their food. And I had a scratch here. And then there were, naman, sometimes netizens, not everyone thinks before they click. So, they were quick to think na, oh, why do you have a scar? Siguro nagpa-nose job ka, no? And I was like, first of all, nothing wrong with having a nose job. Second, di ba pag nagpapa-nose job, dapat yung scar somewhere here. So I was like, research ka muna. So it was just a funny thing. It was just a joke na, kaya tinori ko na parang, pusa ko lang, nangangalmot kasi siya. So yun lang, it's just funny. I take those things lightly and I don't see anything wrong with plastic surgery, so it's fine.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Alexa, and
Thank
congratulations on
you.
your new single.
Thank you. Hi, you're always there. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Nigel. Thank you,
You're
Anne.
welcome. Go ahead, Ian. Ian from My Chart PH also has a few questions.
Yes, I do have some
Okay.
questions. I have a question. You said a while ago na you wanted to collab with international artists, right?
Yes, of course.
In local naman, sino ba gusto mo makapag-collab?
Oh my gosh. I really want to collab with Four of Spades. I think they are genius musicians and magkaka-age lang ata kami or very similar. So I think magkakasundo kami. And I'm just a big fan of their music. Everything they release, I think is beautiful. Even yung mga ni-release nila individually, I think is chef's kiss. So I really would like to perform with them. And I really want to collaborate with artists who perform well live because that's what I look for before I actually idolize someone. I watch them live on YouTube or anywhere, and if they're really good, I love them.
SB19, beke naman.
SB19, oh my gosh, grabe, sobrang galing naman ng mga batang yun. Bata pa ba sila? Ilang taon na ba sila? They look so young.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Sir Bobby from Manila Bulletin has a few questions
Hello,
as well.
Alexa. Good morning.
Hello po. Where are you? I don't see Mr.
Hello.
Bobby.
Okay.
Mr. Bobby.
I don't think he has his camera on.
Oh yeah, okay, no wonder I can
Your
find him.
single part. Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello
Okay
po.
na yung audio?
Yes.
Hello. Okay.
Hi,
Is
sir.
your single part of an upcoming EP, album, CD? Ano ba? Will there be a CD to be released anytime this year? Later this year?
Maybe po we're leaning towards releasing an EP
Okay.
with a couple of tracks. I'm not quite sure how many, but that's the plan. I'm not even sure if I
Mhm.
can say that, but I did. So yeah, we plan to hopefully release an EP this year.
Mm. But sino ba mga musical influences mo?
Locally or internationally?
Any ano? Local and foreign siguro. Combined.
Sige, of course, again, I have Dua Lipa, Ariana Grande,
Mhm.
other artists I mentioned earlier. I really like Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina
Mhm.
Carpenter, all of my girlfriends,
Mhm.
Doja Cat. I would love to.
Okay, Doja. Okay, for my last question, okay, I have a funny question. No? Do you have ano ba, special ritual para lalong gumanda ang boses mo? Like, do you do that?
Yes. I drink ginger. Hello,
Hello?
sir. Hello.
Hello, yes.
Sir, where are you? Yes, sir. I
Mhm.
drink turmeric, ginger every morning. I think that helps. But
Okay.
aside that,
Mhm.
nothing.
Yes po. Hello, yes. Yung medyo, no. Yes, I'm still here.
Yes. Ayun, sir. Sabi ko, I drink turmeric, ginger every morning with my tea. That's it. I don't really vocalize, but I think I need to
Mhm.
sometimes. It depends.
Oh, congratulations. Okay, vocalize. Okay. Thank you so much. Congrats, Alexa.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. So we also have a
Thank you.
question from Manila Concert Junkie. So I'm asking it for her. How do you cope up habang pandemic and dabbling doing your own stuff from acting and making music?
I think that's how I cope with my art. It's helped me a lot with forgetting about the world, the chaotic world we live in for a while. So listening to music, making music, it keeps me really busy. Acting, it helps me get into someone else's character where there is no pandemic in their story. So I think that's what really helps me. That's what helps me cope with everything.
And so what would you do then, Alexa, if, for example, what if you didn't have your acting? What if you didn't have your music? What would you be doing then instead at the
I
moment?
didn't have those things. Oh my gosh, I'd probably be so sad right now. um Maybe I'd be reading books, as you can see. I like them books. Maybe.
Yeah, it do be like that sometimes.
I really do be like that.
All right. So, Leo Bukas from ABS, from Push, actually has a question as well.
Sure.
Go ahead, Leo.
Hindi ko na sila nakikita.
Um, I'm not sure if Leo's
Oh,
there.
there I can
Here,
see.
I'm
Okay.
There
here.
you go. There you go.
Hi
Sige.
Alexa, just long time no
Hello.
see. Santigwa and everything. Ito
Wow. Tagal na nun.
ang tanong ko kasi sa pagiging actress, nakakatulong ang maraming karanasan para mag-grow, mag-evolve ang acting ng isang tao, di ba? In singing or songwriting, ganun din ba? Sa sarili mo ba nakakatulong ang mga masasama or magandang pinagdaanan para ma-create ka ng magandang music?
Yes, po, of course. All of those experiences help. And I think just like any other musician, they use those bad or good experiences as to create a new story. And ako po, not just my experiences, but I like being inspired from the stories of other people. I haven't really gone through so much, but hearing the stories of other people, it inspires me and it sometimes creates an idea. And that idea is the beginning of a new song.
Sa personal mo experience, mas madali bang maka-create ng music pag masaya ka o pag malungkot ka? Di ba may ganun ng mga
Yes.
songwriters, di ba?
Yes. Ako personally, I think I like writing better when I'm sad.
Ganon.
For some reason, it's just it the words flow easier because especially now in this pandemic we are not able to see our friends or talk to them or vent, so I just write.
Dun sa iyong kanta na Stay Right Here, meron ba ngayon na nasasabihan ka talaga na consistent or constant na please stay right here?
Oh yes,
Romantically?
of course. Romantically, oh, I didn't finish that sentence.
May segue, charot.
Romantically, sadly wala. Pero I think ang nag-gain ko rather than someone romantic, I think I've gained so many new friends, especially after filming Four Sisters before the wedding. And I pray to God that those new friends stay right here.
Oo. And isa doon si Gab ng Init sa Magdamag, di
Oh
ba?
yes, of course, of course. He's a new, very close friend.
Good luck, Alexa.
Thank you so much.
Right. We also have a question from Jojo of Rider PH. So are you competitive? Are you the type who tries to find out what others are doing so you could be at par with them or improve on what they offer?
It's a funny thing. No, I am not at all competitive. I only compete with myself. But ever since I was a kid, maybe that's why I'm not into games. I'm not into sports because I don't have that competitive bone in my body. I don't really if there are other people who are thriving, doing this and that, putting out new things, then good for them. But it's not something I think about often. Like I'm just more on improving myself. That sounds so cliche, but it's true.
No, I mean, definitely, because I mean, like, on one end, if you're not competing with others, there's less stress also on yourself, right?
So ako lang like sometimes it creates jealousy pa in your heart. So I'm not that type.
And also, like with what you said, since you're just competing with yourself, I mean, even though it's cliche, I feel like that's the best thing that everybody should do. Just compete
Yeah.
with themselves to become better.
Amen.
And then second question is, do you think male singers or groups are getting more attention now than females? Or do you feel that there's a need to raise the flag for females?
Now,
Yeah.
Hmm. In the local music
Yeah.
scene or just in general?
In general.
I think honestly, males really do get more attention. I've noticed that with mall shows, it's easier when you're a guy. Like you can just wink and they go crazy, which is fine. But I think nowadays, us women, we are really, you know, grabbing our mics and trying to let our voices be heard. We're stepping up our game to get that equal attention, and so many women musicians are really taking the stage by storm, and I'm really happy for them.
Right. Yeah, and especially now with so many artists releasing their music. Do you feel like that's part right now of what you're doing with releasing music, just empowerment and letting everyone else know that you can do it, others can do it as well?
Yeah, everyone can do it. We're all for equality.
Right. So Zofia also has a question from Preen. What was recording the single like? Did you work with the same team from Love at First Sight?
Of course, by same team, I have, of course, off the record behind me, but this was different. I recorded it in a studio with my good friend RG Guerrero of I Belong to the Zoo. He mastered my song. He was my sound engineer for the day. It was it was funny. It took so long because I just kept laughing. It's so hard pala to work with a friend. You keep talking and joking and you don't get any work done. So, um but it was really fun. I felt more sure of myself being inside the studio rather than doing it all on my own here at home. Plus, my internet is so bad, so I don't think that would have worked anyway. So there, it was a really fun, crazy experience. I had some of my teammates from off the record, but of course we were all swabbed, and this was during the, I don't even know what are we, what bubble are we right now? MECQ, all those letters. I'm confused, but we
MEC.
were we recorded it during the time that people could go out.
Mhm.
I
But
think you mean GCQ.
What? Sorry.
GCQ.
GCQ, I'm confused. Parang
yeah,
last
it
time
might have
it
been
was
GCQ.
yeah, basta yon.
Right. And then Sir Mario has a few questions as
Hi,
well.
Sir Mario. Nice to see you. You look great.
It's so nice to see you, Alexa.
Hi, sir.
I followed your music, no? Congratulations.
Thank you po. Thank you.
And let's talk light lang. I could see how you've adjusted sa pandemic ano, eating by eating. Nakikita ko Instagram mo, no?
Oh my gosh. Panay mukbang.
Can you tell us paano yung nakakatulong yung pagkain sa'yo? And what do you cook?
Actually, the reason, sometimes I get scared because almost every day I post food. So I get
Yeah.
scared na people would be judging me now. Oh my God, she keeps on eating.
Okay.
But I love to accept those foods because at the same time, I'm able to help those small businesses by posting
Right.
them. I make videos for them and I take photos with the food so that they can post it as well. And it's a win-win situation. I'm full and they're full too with my content.
It's your way of supporting local.
Yes, yes. And there are times, of course, na especially when I love the product personally, I purchase it. Help na rin yun. Parang if they wanna give it again, I'll be like, no, I'll buy it naman at this time.
Okay. So with all those food, how do you keep fit and beautiful, Alexa?
Wow, thank you so much. Keep fit. That is actually so hard because sometimes I have no motivation to get out of my bed. But
Wow.
yes, because like we're tired. Even if we're just at home, sometimes it's more tiring. That's what I noticed. Before I could be out all day doing this and that and that and that, and I go home and I'm still alive.
Yes.
But there are days na parang 2 p.m. pa lang pagod na ako. But yun, you siguro I really have to be motivated, and thankfully there are so many YouTube workout videos, yoga. My mom is really into fitness, so
Okay.
I'm thankful that she pushes me so hard.
Okay. So ano, someday I hope you record something in Tagalog, Alexa.
Actually, yes. I really want to, especially in this EP. I'm trying my best to write in Tagalog, but it's so hard because Tagalog is such a beautiful language, and I need to familiarize myself with more Tagalog words.
Okay. Okay, congrats You're
Thank
doing
you,
very
sir.
well
Thank
Nasa
you
net,
po.
all over Netflix recording.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to be hitting all the birds with my one stone.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you, Sir Mario.
Right. So we have a few questions as well from Pulp. So first one is,
Sabihan ko pa.
um, your new song, Stay Right Here, offers something quite different from the last single you released. How would you describe your
Mhm.
growth as an artist in terms of discovering your own sound?
I think with this song, I was also trying to dabble into a different kind of voice. Like I've been experimenting with not just the sound of the instrumental, the music, but also with my voice. So if you heard "Stay Right Here," some people would think that there's this part that was auto-tuned, but it's really funny because I was trying to try a different voice, and I think it came out pretty well. So I'm experimenting with that as well. But with Stay Right Here, I wanted it to be a bit different from Love at First Sight, because Love at First Sight was really sweet. It was really cute. Although both are dancey, I saw someone comment na it's a bit EDM-ish. So I want life to be a party even if we're just at home.
So do you feel like it took you a while to find that sound, or was it something
Oh
that
my
was
gosh,
always
yes.
there?
No, no. When I'm at home, I have a bajillion voices when I'm at home singing random songs, because I used to have this voice teacher who said that I'm an imitator, meaning if I listen to this artist or song again and again, medyo na nakukuha ko yung boses niya when I sing the song. But for Stay Right Here, with Root 83, who produced the song and who sent me the demo, I loved her voice, and I wanted that sound because I think that if I just use my normal voice, it wouldn't be as seductive. Wow, that that sultry sounding. So I had to adjust, and it was really hard. I think it took me half of the day to get the confidence to put that voice out of my body. But I had to record with all the lights off, hiding in a small corner because I was so shy of trying to experiment with this new voice.
All right. And then second question of Pulp, which is, being busy with both your showbiz career and musical career, is there any inspiration you get from the roles you play on screen, which you try to incorporate to your music and songwriting?
Actually, yes. I have a show right now, Init sa Magdamag, starring Yam Concepcion, JM De Guzman, and Gerald Anderson. So my role there is a very independent woman of today, very liberated, matapang, and all of that. Is confident with herself and all of that. So I am personally not as confident, but that's what I'm trying to portray with this new sound, with my music, because I think that character helped me a lot in feeling this power, gaining my power.
Right. So would you say it's not just with your recent characters, like ever since, like with your music, you'd always draw inspiration from like different characters as well?
No, no, because I've always played just this very sweet, kind roles. I think with my first album that helped, but with this one, um, since I'm trying to show a different side of me, a braver side. Wow. So so I got a bit of inspiration from my character right now.
All right. So we have a question also from Inquirer from Alan. So first question is, do you get a different kind of fulfillment from music compared to acting?
Yes, yes, of course. Um, I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to differentiate the fulfillment I get, but yes, it's a different kind of happiness when I sleep at night. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain, but um with acting kasi it really depends also on the people you're with. If they commend you on the scene you did or on the performance that you gave, but sometimes people forget we don't have much time to make chica after the heavy scene. So I think I sleep at night very relaxed when I think that I've done well. But with my music, I sleep so energized and pumped up. Both are the same level of happiness, but just different ways. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to explain. But yeah, short story, yes, it's different. What's the matter?
No, definitely, because I feel like you put in such a different creative aspect into both
And
of
yeah,
them.
kasi with my music, I'm more hands-on. I'm more to talk
Mhm.
in kasi sa acting, I'm being directed by someone else. I'm following a script. So with music, it's more on my input, my creativity there.
Yeah, and actually, the second question is: would you actually see yourself prioritizing music over acting anytime soon?
It really it depends, cause if I don't have any projects on the line in the near future, then yes, I will be prioritizing my music for sure.
Right, and then Ugel from Manila Standard has a few questions as well.
Sure.
Yeah. Hi, Alexa. Yeah.
Hi.
Nice music. Great.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Just two questions. First, you have a guitar there in your room. How often do you play that?
This one is broken. I think I
It's
played it
broken.
too much. Napigtas yung
Okay.
string. Thankfully, it didn't hit my eye. But I have another guitar here. It's my SG. Na napigtas din. I don't know. I try to practice. There are times where I get addicted and I do it every day, every free time I get. But there are times when I'm unable to find time and practice my guitar.
Yeah. Does this mean that your composition, so the ones you're writing, will be guitar driven since that's the instrument that you have in your room?
I think that will, of course, be the backbone of the song. Because with my writing, personally, it's very acoustic. It's very slow and all of that. So I have no idea how off the record is going to help me
Okay.
change the sound that will fit my current two singles.
Okay. Lastly, since it's amazing that you were born in year 2000. That time I already entered the real world. I was in media. Yeah. And what do you think is the big effect mentally of this pandemic as far as your generation is concerned? Yeah. I wonder, you're missing all those parties. You, for 1 year now. No, you don't
Yeah.
go out. So
I
what do
miss
you think is the effect?
concerts so
Yeah.
much. I miss concerts so much. But I think the effect, um, I think it's totally different for people. Some people are more energized having all this time at home, and some, myself included, aren't really enjoying this because there are days when I feel useless, not doing anything, just being stuck at home. But there are days when my schedule is jam packed at home and I just feel so drained for some reason. I guess it's because of the lack of human connection.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Some are thriving and some are just trying to survive.
Did you ever have to try some sort of counseling
Oh, I
or like
want.
that?
I really want. I
Okay.
would love to have someone to talk to, a psychiatrist or someone just to untangle all the tangled thoughts in my head.
Okay.
I think that there's this really nasty stigma about seeing a psychiatrist that people automatically assume, oh, there's something wrong with you or something.
Mm.
Um, so for me, honestly, it's nice to have someone to talk to that can help with your thoughts.
Yeah, that should be a cue for strings out there now. So let's put the word out. Big one.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Alexa, for your
thank you
time.
so
Yeah,
much.
congrats for the music.
Thank you.
Right. We have time, everyone, for a few more questions if anyone wants to ask. And then while everybody's thinking of a question, is there Alexa? Is there a song you wish you wrote? Like for example, let's say you heard this song by let's say Queen or something. You wish you wrote that song.
Talks. Yes, there are so many now. I'm mental block. I really like "Don't Kill My Vibe" by Sigrid. Oh, I forgot about Sigrid. Sigrid. That song is so badass. So I wish I wrote that. What else? Oh my gosh, there are so many. But yes, of course, that's to name one. I'm gonna check my playlist right now. I wish I wrote all the Taylor Swift songs because all of those are genius.
All those feelings and everything.
All those beautiful lyrics. She's an amazing writer. What else?
Yeah, I wish I could have written like Bohemian Rhapsody because of
Oh
all
my
that,
god,
just
yes.
everything all over the place, and then just to have that whole mindset to be able to do that whole song.
Diba? How genius talaga sila. That song has so many layers, but it's when you listen to it, it's so united, if that makes sense.
Oh, definitely. And if no one has any more questions, let's take a photo before we end.
Show
Okay.
yourself.
Show yourselves.
Show your